Joining me now is retired Homeland Security Investigations Special Agent, Texas congressional candidate, and author of Agent Under Fire, Victor Avila, and Vice President of the National Border Patrol Council, Chris Salcedo. Welcome to you, gentlemen. Victor, you first. You sent us some pretty sobering footage from El Paso. Left-wing mayor there, Ron Nirenberg, refuses to condemn Joe Biden's cancerous open border policies. You say El Paso, the city you grew up in, is unrecognizable. The bad news here, Victor, it's about to get a whole lot worse, yes?
Absolutely, Chris. Thanks for having me back on, and it's great to be with Chris as well. Listen, I don't recognize my city. I've been here all week. I've been talking to a lot of Border Patrol agents, active agents. Let me tell you, they're getting prepared, but they're not prepared for the numbers. They're telling me there is a minimum of 35,000 minimum on the other side in Ciudad Juarez ready to come in. But as you can see, the invasion already started. It actually started 2 years ago. But this is what this administration has done purposefully, is put these people in these type of conditions, open the border for them without with lawlessness, Chris. That's what it is. There's going to be the way they explain it to me is be multifaceted. There's going to be NTAs issued. There's going to be all these things. Some people are going to be sent back. But the problem is that catch and release is still in effect, and people will eventually be led into the country. This is something that we want to disrupt, that we want to change. We want people to come to the country legally. This is not the acceptable way.
No, it's true. It's very true. And now we're hearing the U.S. government is losing track of 85,000 illegal alien children. And those they are keeping track of, they're delivering into the hands of known criminals. It's absolutely absurd. Mr. Cabrera, open borders have invited death, destruction into our country. As I mentioned, the child trafficking, fentanyl, murders. Joe Biden and Mitch McConnell, they teamed up with that $1.7 trillion omnibus spending bill, and they blocked funding for border security, even knowing the destruction unleashed by Joe Biden and the Democrats. Texas Senator John Cornyn and 17 Senate Republicans, they voted to fund Joe Biden's massive illegal immigration scheme anyway. What's the morale of the Border Patrol knowing that both political parties, Republicans and Democrats, have teamed up to stab the Border Patrol in the back and stab our country in the back?
Well, Chris, I think this is at this point, I mean, we've seen morale pretty low throughout the last, 5-10 years, but this is the lowest I've ever seen it. I don't see it getting better anytime soon. Our cities are being overrun. Brownsville, for a couple of years ago, it was mainly McAllen, and then it started spreading out a little towards Del Rio, then El Paso, now Brownsville. Now we're seeing Miami getting hit, Louisiana, and also the northern border. So when the administration had a chance to fix this on one front, they failed, and now we're spread way too thin to do anything about it. And then with Title 42 coming to an end, we're already overwhelmed. We're already releasing people into the country. It's just going to compound the problem by many times.
Absolutely horrendous. And yes, the administration is sending down 1,500 troops to help you facilitate illegal aliens, more illegal aliens. Victor, earlier this week, Biden's brain, Karine Jean-Pierre, just out and out lied about the border. Listen.
When it comes to illegal migration, you've seen it come down by more than 90%, and that's because of the actions that this president has taken.
Okay. Not even the most left-wing extremists in the Democrat Party are backing Karine Jean-Pierre's contention there. Arizona Democrat Senator Kyrsten Sinema saying this, quote, anyone who lives in a border state like I do, born and raised in Arizona, actually takes offense at comments like that because they're just factually not true, end quote. Victor, what does it say about Joe Biden's regime when not even the most extreme left-wing members of the Democrat Party can back their lies?
It's preposterous, and I'll tell you what it is. It's offending. I'm offended as a former law enforcement agent. I'm offended as an American that they continue to lie to our face and set the narrative, Chris. I'm tired of the left setting the narrative. I want to set the narrative, and it's called the truth of actually what's happening, and the cartels and the fentanyl and the death and everything that we talk about is the truth. I want to see that change. And the White House, I don't know what country they live in, but they definitely want a different one for us. That's why you see this happening. It's fundamentally changing the fabric of our country. These people that are coming, by the way, are not assimilating to this country. That's the big difference between my parents. My parents came here legally and they assimilated. They wanted to be Americans. As a matter of fact, they've been naturalized citizens for over 40 years. They wanted to be Americans. They were Americans. That's the big difference that I don't see the people coming now. They want some kind of entitlement. They want shelter. They want health care. They want take care of me, but with nothing in return. That's something that's very dangerous in communities all over. You saw what happened in Cleveland, Texas, and we have allowed those communities around the United States.
Mr. Cabrera, would you go on the record? The White House official stance is that they have reduced illegal immigration by 90%. With your experience and you being on the front lines, is that the truth, sir?
You know, Chris, I don't know who lies more, Ms. Jean-Pierre or Secretary Mayorkas. Both of them are completely oblivious to what's going on. At least with Ms. Jean-Pierre, she can actually say she's never been here. They're just flat out wrong, but, you know, I don't expect anything different from them. I lost confidence in what's going on a little while back.
Yes, well, the entire country has lost confidence in the Democrats' ability to actually be pro-American. Victor Avila and Chris Cabrera, thank you, gentlemen. Appreciate your time and your service as always.